When Luna Ultra was first leaked, I think most people had the exact same reaction. Okay, Insta360 is making a pocket camera. And honestly, that was my reaction too. Then we saw the detachable screen, then the Leica branding, then the telephoto camera, then the head tracking accessory. Then weeks of teasers, leaks, and creator discussions. And at some point I started wondering whether the product was actually that good, or whether Insta360 was simply winning the marketing battle before launch. Now that detailed reviews are finally coming out, I think we have our answer. And surprisingly, the answer is not what I expected, because Luna Ultra does some things extremely well. Some things genuinely differently, and a few things that remind you this is still a first generation product. So let's talk about it. And honestly, I think the biggest surprise isn't even the video quality, it's photography. Because for months we've all been treating Luna Ultra as a Pocket 4P competitor, a vlogging camera, a creator camera. But when you look closely at what Insta360 actually built, you realize they're trying to do something bigger. They're trying to convince people that a pocket-sized camera can replace part of what a compact camera or even a mirrorless camera normally does. The dual camera setup is a great example. Both cameras can produce high-resolution images, and according to the reviews we've seen, Insta360 spent far more time on photography than most of us expected. The Leica partnership looked like marketing at first. Let's be honest. Every camera company loves putting famous names on products, but reviewers are saying something interesting. The optics are actually good. Flare control is good, sharpness is good, and perhaps most importantly, the telephoto camera isn't just there for zoom. It can focus surprisingly close, which means you can shoot products, food, small details, unboxings, and close-up shots without needing extra equipment. That's a pretty big deal because most pocket cameras are great for wide shots and selfies, but not necessarily for detailed close-up work. The 60mm telephoto lens changes that. And I think that's the first sign that Luna Ultra isn't simply copying DJI, it's trying to carve out its own identity. Now let's talk about the feature everyone is discussing, the detachable screen, because honestly, this is the feature that made me roll my eyes when I first heard about it. I thought it sounded gimmicky, one of those features that looks great in marketing videos and then sits unused after 2 weeks. But after seeing how it actually works, I think I underestimated it. The screen isn't just a screen, it's effectively a wireless control center. You can monitor the shot, adjust settings, start recording, stop recording, track subjects, and perhaps most interestingly, you can even remotely power the camera on. Think about that for a second. Imagine your camera is outside your tent, or mounted somewhere difficult to reach. Instead of walking over and turning it on manually, you can simply use the detached screen. That sounds like a small thing until you've actually filmed in those situations, and suddenly it becomes surprisingly useful. Now, before everyone starts calling this revolutionary, there is a catch, because this is where the reality of first-generation products appears. The wireless screen works, but it has limitations. Reviews suggest that once you start moving farther away, around 10 meters or so, responsiveness begins to drop. You can see frame rate reductions, you can see some lag, and it becomes clear that this isn't designed to replace a professional video transmission system. It's a convenience feature, a very clever convenience feature, but still a convenience feature. And honestly, that's perfectly okay, because even with those limitations, nobody else is doing this right now, and that's becoming a theme with Luna Ultra. It's willing to try things. Some of them work brilliantly. Some still need refinement, but at least they're trying, and nowhere is that more obvious than the tracking system. Because I genuinely think this might be one of the most underrated features on the entire camera. Most cameras can track a person. That's nothing new anymore. DJI does it, phones do it, everybody does it. What Luna Ultra can do differently is track multiple people. That sounds simple. It isn't. Imagine two people walking together during an interview, or two friends traveling together. or a husband and wife filming a vlog. Most tracking systems eventually decide one person is more important than the other. The framing starts drifting. One person becomes dominant, the composition breaks. Luna Ultra tries to solve that. Instead of focusing on one individual, it finds a balanced framing between multiple people. And honestly, that's a much bigger innovation than another megapixel increase, because it solves an actual filming problem. Now let's talk about video quality, because that's ultimately why most people are interested. And overall, Luna Ultra looks impressive. It can shoot 8K 30 frames per second, which immediately gives it a specification advantage over many competitors. Whether you personally need 8K is another discussion entirely, but the extra detail is there. The camera also supports Dolby Vision, and perhaps more importantly, a usable log profile. This is huge, because older Insta360 products often felt limited when it came to professional grading workflows. This time, things are different. The addition of 10-bit recording gives creators much more flexibility in post-production. Color grading becomes easier, dynamic range improves, and footage feels much more serious overall. But again, this isn't perfect. The reviews highlight a few issues. Rolling shutter becomes more noticeable in 8K. The log profile requires careful exposure. Low light scenes can introduce visible noise if you're not paying attention. And unlike DJI, there aren't as many noise reduction controls available right now. These aren't deal breakers, but they are reminders that this is version 1. And that's important because whenever a new product launches, people tend to compare it against competitors that have had years of refinement. Which brings us directly to DJI, because after watching all these reviews, I don't think Luna Ultra and Pocket 4P are fighting the battle most people think they're fighting. On paper, they look similar: dual cameras, pocket-sized, advanced stabilization, creator-focused, but their philosophy feels completely different. Pocket 4P feels like refinement. DJI took everything people liked about previous Pocket cameras and made it better. Better image quality, better zoom, better stabilization, better reliability. Luna Ultra feels like experimentation. Detachable screen, multi-person tracking, head tracking accessories, Leica collaboration, new workflow ideas. One company is asking, how do we make a better camera? The other is asking, how do we make filming easier? Those are very different questions. And at least that's why this competition has become so interesting. Now, before we finish, let's talk about the things that still need work. The detached screen needs lower latency. The software still needs polish. High-resolution photography introduces waiting times that can make quick shooting difficult. There are some thermal limitations in demanding situations, and there are still a few rough edges throughout the experience. But honestly, that's exactly what I expected from a first-generation product. What I didn't expect was how complete the overall package feels. Because this doesn't feel like a company rushing into a new category. It feels like a company that spent a long time studying what creators actually struggle with and then tried to solve those problems. Not every solution is perfect. Not every feature will matter to everyone. But the effort is obvious, and I think that's the biggest takeaway. For months, I thought the most impressive thing about Luna Ultra was the marketing. The leaks, the teasers, the discussions, the hype. Now that we're finally seeing the full product, I think the more impressive thing is that the camera actually lives up to much of that hype. Is it perfect? No. Is Pocket 4P suddenly obsolete? Absolutely not. DJI still has enormous strengths, but for a first-generation camera, Luna Ultra has done something very important. It didn't show up trying to be another Pocket camera. It showed up trying to be something different. And whether you choose DJI or Insta360, that's ultimately good news for all of us. Because real competition doesn't just create better products. It creates better ideas, and Luna Ultra is full of ideas.